तो अभी तो मुरली ने तो सेकेंड हैंड तैयार किया होगा ना आपके लिए, वाईपीएस के लिए।
थोड़ा सा actually a few people, I mean, he has told what to do and all. So because he was bedridden for almost 2 months,
यस यस
so by that time he had given some clues and all. Now All India Salon we did it without him. So
ओके।
yeah, so the same software we are using, whatever he has suggested and guided. So far it's so good. Yeah, but when Murli was there, he used to introduce so many new things to the software
न्यू
that,
थिंग्स,
that we'll miss it now. Yeah,
यस 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 यस।
A great loss, not only of YPL, but the whole of the photographic community of our country.
absolutely, sir. Yeah,
Yes.
Very
Right.
sad.
very sad. In fact, I don't think anywhere in the world that kind of software is there for judging.
अरे वो तो
Because
नंबर वन है सतीश।
number one,
ऐसा
yes, yes,
कमर्शियल वे में बहुत लोग कर रहे हैं, लेकिन
yes,
जो
yes,
वाईपीएस का सॉफ्टवेयर है वो दैट इज फैंटास्टिक एंड वेरी यूनिक।
absolutely. Yeah, very unique.
वेरी यूनिक एंड वेरी इजी। ऐसा नहीं है कि कॉम्प्लिकेटेड नहीं है, जो हम लोग जजिंग
And
की तो देखे।
and actually, for your information, Murli has never participated in a salon till today.
Till today, my God, but he
Yes.
has done a great job for the salon.
Yeah.
Yes, he has done a great job.
सौरभ जी नहीं दिख रहा है?
Hey, I'm there. Why can't you
He's there,
see me?
he's there, he's there.
Hey, Saurabh,
Here.
how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
How are you?
Hey, no, you must come with your same attires, man. Otherwise, we don't recognize you. I really could not recognize you. Nice to see you.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Satish ji, in the month of October, Saurabh will also give a presentation on Adobe Lightroom.
Oh, very nice.
Yes,
very
because
nice.
today I interacted with him. He's very strong in Lightroom.
Yeah. Hmm.
बस और 2 मिनट विल स्टार्ट।
Yes. So where did you go, Saurabh, recently? Or you are in Mumbai or somewhere else in the mountains?
Yesterday I came from Ladakh and Zanskar.
Oh, okay, good.
Again, I'll be going after 5 days. Again, I'll be going.
Mm-hmm. Better have some house there only.
Yeah. Friends are suggesting, and some
another small family.
Yeah,
one small house.
Some people are suggesting. Suspecting I have a wife also there.
No.
Not suspecting. I don't suspect you.
एक ले में छोटा सा बना लो कॉटेज आप।
No, because being photographers, we always carry 2 bodies, man.
बैकअप जरूरी है। अच्छा।
Yeah. We never have used cameras with fixed lens.
Oh my God! I'm glad my wife is not here.
सतीश जी तो गड़बड़ करवा देंगे।
नहीं sir, I'm only suggesting that. I don't follow, but I am only suggesting.
नहीं, अब सतीश जी ऐसा बोल दिया ना कि घर में जो हम लोग की पत्नी है बोलेगी ये 2 कैमरा क्यों लेके जा रहे हैं, एक से काम नहीं चलेगा आपका। So we can start now, sir.
जी।
Yes.
Friends, today we are conducting our 44th photo webinar. But before we start, let us remember our friend Murli, member of YPS, whom we lost recently. And he was a wonderful person and very strong in IT. So I'll request Satish ji to just say a few words about Murli. Satish ji, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
So it is with very hard feeling to say that our dear friend Mr. Murli is not there with us physically with us, but of course his works and deeds, what he has done to the photographic fraternity is amazing, and it will be there for a very, very long time. And I have traveled with him more than 100 locations, more than 100 locations everywhere. A very great company, and more than his IT knowledge, his knowledge in technical knowledge in photography was also very, very strong.
Very good, yes.
And he has given 2-3 travel photography talks, particularly on Moscow, and till today it is considered as one of the best presentations in YPS. So such wonderful angles and different techniques he used to use, and very simple techniques. But he is very famous for the software that he developed for salon judging, as well as our Youth Photographic Society website that he has developed. And it is one of the very finest website any photography club can have. So I don't think though he is not physically with us, at least mentally and also with his great deeds, he is always with us, guiding force, and a very good friend indeed for all of us, not only for YPS and myself, but all the photographers. He was a very great friend. May his soul rest in peace.
Yeah, we miss him a lot. So friends, now I'll request our club member, Prajwal Bhattacharya, to introduce our guest tonight, Saurabh Chatterjee. Over to Prajwal.
Thank you, sir. Now, this is Prajwal Bhattacharjee. I am thankful to my president, Srivastava sir, to give me the opportunity to welcome our member, Saurabh Chatterjee. Saurabh is the founder and chief educator at SIA Photography. His dream is to see India and to make every camera owner a great photographer. He has been traveling and documenting the landscape, people, culture, festivals of our country for more than 2 decades. After working in the IT industry for a decade, he chose to take teaching and traveling full-time. Through his photo work, photo tour, and photography classes, he has shared his knowledge with more than 6,000 photography enthusiasts across the world since 2011. He has taught photography in many schools and colleges. More than 500 of his work have been published in several national and international publications, including UK, The Times, London, UK, etc. His picture has been exhibited around the world. The latest one, Hyderabad, in Bordeaux, France. He has won several national and international photography awards from his work. Saurabh also worked in several NGOs teaching photography to kids and exploring it as a career option. He has done some documentary projects for various organizations, including National Invocation Foundation India and UNICEF. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prajwal. Thank you very much. Now I'll request Subrata Kumar Dasga. Subrata, are you here?
Yes.
Yes. Friends, let me tell you about our Photographer of the Month contest.
Okay.
Actually, we wanted our members to take out their camera every month and click. So we started Photographer of the Month contest, in which only the photograph clicked during the current month is to be submitted. So then it gradually picked up very well, and now our members are not only clicking photographs, they are achieving in the salons in terms of awards and acceptances, and that's a very good sign for our club. Now I'll request Subrata to announce the winner of this current month photographer of the month. Over to you, sir.
I share my screen.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm trying.
I think I have given you permission.
Yeah.
Oh, nahi, wait.
Permission नहीं है.
अभी चेक कीजिए तो.
नहीं.
एक मिनट किसी और को दे दिए हम. सुब्रत नहीं, आपको नहीं, राय को दे दिए. वो आपकी जगह पे सुब्रत कुमार राय को दे चला गया. एक मिनट, आपका नाम कहाँ जा रहा है? आप किसी आपने नाम से ही तो आए हैं आप. सुब्रत दास. यस, मिल गया. Yes, Subrata, now you can share your screen.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Now opening this one.
Yeah.
Before declaring it, I am very much grateful that I have been trusted with this job because my masters are there here, like Anil Singh, Chatterjee. So before them, how I can do anything? Yes, I tried my best according to my capability. So, sir, just to see what I have given them.
दादा एक वो दिखा दीजिए ना जो कंबाइंड वाला है.
Which one?
जिसमें कि पूरा कंबाइंड है सबका.
हाँ, वही लिखा है.
आपके व्हाट्सएप में होगा
ना, वो हम डाल के लिए.
चलिए ठीक है.
ठीक है ना.
हाँ.
ये फोटो फर्स्ट विनर हो गया, फर्स्ट प्राइज मिला इनको.
She's a very new member of our club. And she just started photography with a mobile, and this is a mobile click. Sipra Dev. Yes sir, आगे बढ़िए.
That you can say better than me about her. This is very appeared to me very pleasing and very candid and very clear shot. What the photographers they were deposited, I got to see. It's done first. So next we got here is a certificate of Saurabh Chatterjee.
नहीं हाँ.
पहले इनको सर्टिफिकेट है. ये सर्टिफिकेट. Dhanbad Camera Club monthly photo contest. This is to certify that Shipra Dev has been awarded photographer of the month June winner. And here's the signature of me and Besir Vastav sir, the president. This is dated 2nd July 2020. Next I go to another. Congratulations, madam, for your.
Yeah. Sipra, are you here? No.
I think no.
नहीं है.
Okay. I go to the next. Here is the first runner-up, Mr. Saurabh Chatterjee. Where is your photograph? This one. This was very appeared to me as a very good black and white photography. All the tone details I got found here, and the candid elements are also there. So I own the and here,
very good.
And the certificate. Mr. Saurabh Chatterjee, if you are there, congratulations to you also. Now this is another picture. It's very nice.
Develop sector.
Composition, the proportion, the tones, the depth of field used, and the touch of color, the red is very attractive. So it got runner second. It was Mr. Biplab Sikdar. Congratulations, Mr. Sikdar. You won the second.
Yeah, अभी वो travel पे है. He is traveling today. Okay. Thank you, Sundara.
Okay. So nothing from me else because all senior photographers are here. I think they can speak better than me.
Yeah, very good judging. Wonderful. We are very happy.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I'm going to stop sharing, sir.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Friends, apart from this photographer of the month contest, just to give opportunity to more members, we also started president choice because only 3 members were getting prizes. So what happens? Other members got very much dissatisfied and demotivated. So we started a president choice where I select 3 photographs away from those who have got the award. So now I will share my screen and I will show those 3 photographs.
One thing my observation was there, sir.
Yeah, boliye.
It happened to me that I saw it. The one member submitted more than 7 or 8 frames.
Okay.
But some submitted only 1 or single or 2 like that. So it was not equally balanced. But it was told that one member should get 1 award. So it was distributed otherwise.
Yes, yes. अभी काफी यंग क्लब है, धीरे-धीरे ग्रेजुअली पिकअप हो रहा है. Beginning में तो only 20 photographs were coming. Nowadays it is coming 50 to 80 photographs. So gradually this will increase.
If one person gave 50% of the photographs, then it is not well balanced for judging.
Okay. So now I'll show the 3 selections.
Yes.
This is the combined poster. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, it is very much visible.
Yeah. So you have already seen that winner Sipra Dev, first runner-up Saket Chattopadhyay, second runner-up Biplav Sikdar. And then comes the president choice. So the first goes to Sanjay Jain, then Prajwal Bhattacharya, and Deshbandhu Jain, and Deshbhushan Jain.
Thank you.
Wait. This is the certificate for Sri Sanjay Jain. He belongs to Lucknow, and this is his picture.
Beautiful.
Very very good composition, diagonal composition. Use of rule 30 in a very decent way. And second prize goes to Prajwal Bhattacharya. He is present here. Prajwal, congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much to you and my jury.
Yeah, this is the picture. Actually, we conduct every month either a photo walk or a photo workshop. So this was a picture from the DCC photo workshop on portrait, and only in the ambient light, not using any artificial light. Then third is Deshbhushan Jain Saab. Very good.
Very good.
Very good vertical composition and बहुत बढ़िया with all geometrical elements in the picture.
Congratulations, Jain sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Jain
you.
sir, congratulations.
Sir, thank you.
I will stop sharing my screen.
Okay.
So, Prajwal Bhattacharya, can you do screen shot? प्रज्वल,
Yes, sir.
स्क्रीन शॉट आप ले सकते हैं क्या? आपसे नहीं हो पाएगा. राकेश,
Screenshot.
हाँ नहीं, राकेश सहाय.
यस सर.
थोड़ा सा स्क्रीन शॉट ले लो आप. मोबाइल पे हो कि लैपटॉप में हो?
सर मोबाइल पे ले लेंगे सर.
मैं ले लेता हूँ सर, 300 ले लेता हूँ.
हाँ, आप भी ले लीजिए. सीतानाथ पौलदा, सीतानाथ जी, आर यू ऑन डेस्कटॉप?
आई एम हियर.
हाँ, तो थोड़ा सा स्क्रीन शॉट लीजिए, क्योंकि हम नहीं ले पाएंगे, क्योंकि हमको कंडक्ट करना है, विप्लव आज नहीं है. ठीक है, ओके. और लेके आप लोग हमको व्हाट्सएप कर दीजिएगा. So now, friends, we are also publishing a e-bulletin every month. We started with a 3 pages bulletin, and now we have actually mastered the art of publishing a bulletin, and now we have gone up to 50 to 55 pages bulletin. And for the July bulletin, I will request our Chief Advisor, Sri Anil Risal Singh sir, to release the bulletin. Sir, just a minute, I will also say a few words about the bulletin. From this month, already we are having a wonderful legendary photographer series by our Chief Advisor Anil sir. But from this month, we are starting a new chapter, and that is distinction portfolio of the our photographers who has achieved MPF, then FRPS and ARPS. So to start with, we are going alphabetically, and you know very well alphabet starts with A. So today we are having distinction portfolio of Anil Vishal Singh sir. So alphabetically we'll do it so that कि nobody will feel कि मेरा पहले नहीं हुआ, उनका पहले हो गया, तो उसको avoid करने के लिए we are going alphabetically. So this month Anil Vishal Singh का है, and then next month Anup Shah जी का आएगा. So first of all we'll cover MPF, then we'll go to FRPS, and then we'll go for ARPS, like that, because this will give enough opportunity for all the members to get inspired to learn how the distinction portfolio is made. Okay, over to Anil Vishal Singh sir, please.
Okay, Mukesh ji, thank you so very much. Can I share my screen?
Sure, sir.
Anil ji,
Yes.
I am
Kindly-
Satish.
Kindly give me permission.
Yes sir, yeah, बोलिए
I'm-
Satish ji.
No, I am just telling. I am happy that my name is Satish. Yes, comes in the last.
No, you are H Satish.
No, sir, Satish.
Actually, your name is there in the list. Okay.
No. I am just joking because I
No,
wasted
ठीक
so
है,
much
ठीक है.
of time. Yes, Anil ji, please continue.
Can you see the screen?
Yeah, yes sir.
Oh, so Mukesh ji, thank you so very much for giving me opportunity to release the e-bulletin of Dhanbad Camera Club yet again. So this is the cover page, front cover page of the bulletin, and this image is a stone piece lying abandoned on Zanskar Valley, and this is one of my favorite picture. I will increase the size so that it may be seen much better way.
So nice, sir. So nice.
Thank you.
Information and color.
Thank you. Then the next page, the different contents, the index you can say.
Yes.
And now this is the executive body of Dhanbad Camera Club. We all know these persons. And then this is President's message that things which were taken up in this President's message will be taken up in detail in the preceding pages. And I will increase the size a little bit. The club activities during the June and 43rd CBA DCC Photo Webinar. It was from the desert to the ice fields, and master of the webinar was Mr. Frank Hausdorfer from Germany. And this was the cover of last month's e-bulletin, a wonderful picture made by FIP President Mr. Aditya Agrawal. And then DCC is having various activities, and in June conducted an online post-processing workshop, and this is the result before and after. So how to use the software effectively, it is really very essential and attractive to listen the facts. Now, as I said, DCC is involved in so many activities. In the month of June, outdoor photo workshop was also organized for the members of Dhanbad Camera Club. And these pictures are showing that so many members were effectively taking part in the outdoor portrait activity. Then we have on the World Photography Day, we know the World Photography Day is being celebrated every year on 19th of August. And Dhanbad Camera Club is organizing a national photo contest. And this poster is having details regarding that. Closing is 8th of August, and judging will be done on 10th of August. And these are the 3 judges. And this national photo contest is sponsored by the Masoom Art Group. So it is very encouraging when such activity is sponsored by someone. So thank you so very much, Masoom Art Group, for sponsoring this national photo contest. And I hope we'll have a large number of entries for this contest. And then next is the achievement of the DCC member club. And this is some judging assignment for me. And a tiger exhibition of painting and photograph was organized by Lucknow Metro and some other organization. This is the inaugural ribbon cutting ceremony and all that. So now the achievement of Lisa Slenzer. And it is wonderful to announce the 129 acceptances with 15 awards, including 5 medals and 27 new works, new titles. And this is a wonderful mountain scale. So hearty congratulations, Lisa, for your wonderful achievements.
She's in traveling, sir.
Okay, okay.
She may find to join sometimes in between.
And we all know Lisa is the advisor of Dhanbad Camera Club. So, and then Mr. Sitanath Paul, 2 very, very nice pictures. And I would like to mention, in the month of June, Mr. Paul got 109 acceptances. Hearty congratulations, Mr. Paul, with 12 awards and 10 new titles. And since I am associated with Dhanbad Camera Club, especially the e-bulletin from the very beginning, and I can say the picture making quality has improved tremendously by the members of Dhanbad Camera Club. So it's really very encouraging. Both the pictures are very nice. And then Mr. Saurabh Chatterjee, he was awarded the best actor at All India Drama Competition. I always say, whether it is the visual arts or cinema or stage or poetry or music, it is all interconnected. So he got the Best Actor Award. Hearty congratulations, Mr. Saurabh Chatterjee. Then Mr. Biplab Sikdar's 2 images, and Mr. Sikdar got 23 acceptances with 2 awards. This is the monochrome study, and another very remarkable thing, he received a grant of ₹5 lakhs for the photography research projects. Behrupia. I don't know much about this project, but I would like to congratulate Mr. Sikdar for being
big
awarded.
achievement, big achievement.
This is the big achievement. Hearty congratulations. And then we have a regular column, legendary photographers. And this month we are having Mr. Girish Mistry. And unfortunately, in the month of May, he is no more with us. On May, he has gone for his heavenly abode. We all know he was the very famous commercial and fashion photographer based in Mumbai. And at the age of 62 years, he departed. And this is all text about himself. And few years back, his institution was awarded a silver plaque by the former Chief Minister, Mr. Thackeray, and some of the pictures made by Mr. Mistry. We can see. I am not going to read all of the text because it will consume a lot of time. It can be provided to you, record and PDF file, then you may go on reading all the details about him. I always give more importance to know about these legendary photographers who are no more with us, because with the time, the memories may faint. And sometimes I see, and it is unfortunate, the younger generation of photographers even don't know about these legendary photographers. So a documentation is very, very essential part. He was leading advertising photographer based at Mumbai. I once met him personally, Mr. Mistry. I reduced the size so it may see in a better way the whole of the image. Very innovative images. As I said, on 22nd of May, he departed this world. This may be a small tribute to his memory. Then, as President Dhanbad Camera Club, Mr. Mukesh Srivastav said, from this month, they have started a new feature of e-bulletin. The portfolios, the MFA portfolios and the fellowship, FRPS, Fellowship of Royal Photographic Society, they have decided to print each portfolio and with the letter of intent and selecting my work to begin with. I thank Dhanbad Camera Club and especially Mr. Mukesh for choosing my portfolio to begin with. The letter of intent, I'll start with it and I'll read it because it is very important. By seeing the different portfolios of NPF and FRPS, people who wish to apply for the distinction, it may be of great help. And also, it will encourage many people to apply for these distinctions. So, the theme of my portfolio was forms and color, and it was started like this with the quote of the verse from the Holy Book of Bible. In the beginning, the universe was without form. The book of Genesis, first chapter and second verse. The Holy Bible further says that the universe was without form and ugly. God created earth, heaven, and every living creature and give individual forms and color to everything. Then he said, it is good. Forms and colors give concept of beauty and sense of aesthetics and stimulate human mind. The portfolio is based on the theme form and color, which are isolated, segregated, visualized, conceived, and thus created by the author, mostly from the ordinary looking concrete structures to show the inner vision through the picture, which creates something unusual, and that unusual comes to life from looking at them through the camera viewfinder. Things transform to unbelievable pictures. Basic idea behind making this portfolio or these pictures is to create something unusual from the most usual and ordinary looking things. I feel there are splendid lines and energy and space which are brilliantly crafting balance between stability and movement, and it inspires me always to use them with the sense of aesthetic possibilities. visualizing forms and colors scattered around us from the different perspective. My work deals with the patterns and colors and their relationship derived from classical ideals of balance and symmetry and form. Mathematical yet organic, these abstract colored forms invite the viewer to partake of the geometric aesthetic. These classic forms are pushed in new direction so viewers can take pleasure in their platonic beauty, yet recognize how they are updated for our complex high-tech times. I wish to share the idea that form and color may be a worthy subject. This portfolio is just a humble experiment to suggest the nature of geometry and geometric form and its possible relation in photography as an art form. And this is the portfolio, 20 images portfolio. And I read the letter of intent because it is an important part of the portfolio. And then individual images I will show in the series, in the sequence. Form and color. I was awarded AMFIEP in 2009. A 20 images portfolio of AMFIEP, form and color. And this is the last 20th image.
Wonderful.
And thank you so very much. And this article, Experimentation with Form and Color, it is having in detail my thought, my philosophy behind making this portfolio of form and color. And this article with 10 of my images were published in the Journal of Photographic Society of America. So I am not going to read out all this. Few lines, I will read it out for later. You may read out later on. Photography is regarded as the most important invention of the 19th century. It is said, and very rightly said, that photography is the most important invention on earth after writing. Photography is generally practiced in two ways. We all know, for the documentation and for our creative expression. We all know this. Yes, anyone can operate a camera and produce a snap, but very few can make a photograph with the enduring structure and meaning. It is rightly said by Yusuf Kaj, the great portrait photographer, that merely to know how to mix paint would not have produced work of Michelangelo, Rembrandt, or Rubin, nor does an understanding of technicalities of photography and knowledge to handle the camera make good photograph or a photographer. Very true indeed. A few lines from here. Elliot Irwin once said, photography is an art of observation. It has little to do with the things you see and everything to do the way you see them. Yes, very, very true. Great events don't always make great photographs. Events invariably are associated with the people in certain condition, in certain settings. Photographs of the people in such settings more often than not serve only a memory of the event. Therein lies the most popular use of the photography as the reminder of the absent. Yes, as the tool of documentation. But more importantly, the photography is also being used as the medium of your creative expression. This is more important. And only few more lines, I'll read it out. In the hands of the sensitive photographer, the mundane and trivial can be an object of beauty. It becomes necessary to reiterate how commonplace and obscure themes may be photographed with the enough dynamism to render the object out of its immediate context, to telescope it into another framework altogether. A shift or dimensional change, of course, implies differently by way of looking at things. So it may be taken up later on. Now, another feature of DCC Bulletin is photos clicked by the members during the current month. It is June this time, and these are two photographs by me, and then these two photographs by Lisa Slinger, and these are by Mr. Mukesh Srivastav, and these two images by Mr. Sitaram Paul, Mr. Deepak Thakur's images, Mr. Jyotirmoy Yadav's two images. By seeing the different works of the different persons, we learn a lot. And it is always pleasure looking at the works of different photographers. So it is a way of learning in a way. Mr. Rakesh Kishore Sahai's image on the left and Mr. Dej Bhushan Jain's image on the right. Mr. Chatterjee's two images. By seeing, we learn a lot. Visual things always have greater impact on our mind and knowledge and thoughts. Mr. Ashish Gupta's two photographs. Mr. Biplav Sikdar's two new studies. Dr. Suresh Penny's two images. You can say two travel images. Mr. Sanjay Jain's two images. Mr. Sudeep Roy's two photographs. One monochrome, one color. Mr. Puneet Katyan's two images. Mr. Vishnu Patel's work. Colonel Amitabh Thapriyal's two images. Then we know about the photographer of the month result. The jury was our dear Mr. Subrata Kumar Das from Kolkata. And these are the pictures, winners and runner-up, two runner-ups, then the president choice. We have already seen these pictures. And this is a certificate given to the Honorable Jury, Mr. Subrata Kumar Das by Dhanbad Camera Club. Nice certificate. And we all know the first picture is the winner by M.S. Shipradev, and the first runner-up, Mr. Shekhar Chatterjee. Second runner-up, Mr. Biplav Sikdar. And these are this picture, the president choice is by Mr. Sanjay Jain, Mr. Prajwal Bhattacharjee, and by Mr. Dej Bhushan Jain. There should always be some incentives of doing good work. And this may be a great incentive to have the monthly contest and giving the winners attractive certificates and recognition. And these are some revised rules for the Photographer of the Month contest. Need of these rules, and I'm not going to read it out all the thing. It will take much time. And then media coverage. I always say media coverage is always very important and essential to know people what is going on. Because when we organize some photographic activity, only few people come to attend it. But by the media coverage, many people, more people may come to know what had happened there in the field of photography. So media coverage is always very, very important thing. And Dhanbad Camera Club is always having excellent media coverage. This is all television coverage. And then today we'll be having 44th webinar, and the theme is Essence of Travel Photography by Mr. Saurabh Chatterjee. I am very much impatient to have the presentation by Mr. Saurabh, and I am very sure it will be very, very absorbing, interesting. Saurabh Chatterjee, and looking forward for his presentation. So these are the different webinars taken by different people on different year and month and dates. And as you 44th is by Mr. Saurabh Chatterjee this evening. Looking forward. And this is the last page of this e-bulletin. If anybody wishes to be a member of Dhanbad Camera Club, and these are the formalities and the details about the membership fee and all that, fill the form, send the fee, and become a member of Dhanbad Camera Club. And this is the last page. To view the full picture, I'll reduce the size. And this is the wonderful picture by Mr. Mukesh Srivastava at the back page of this e-bulletin. So this is all about the e-bulletin of June. I hand it over to Mr. Mukesh Srivastava.
Thank you very much, sir.
Stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I think, sir, last month I released the bulletin, but the way you do it, thank you so much. Really, we enjoy a lot. And we
is it Mukherjee? Is it true?
Yes, sir. Visually, sir, हमने भी प्रयास किया, but जो visual impact है, even by reading the text, it is wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
क्या sir, बहुत मजा आता है. Then I know we all are impatient to see the amazing images of our guest tonight, Saurabh Chatterjee. I have seen a few. Anil sir has seen a lot. And I'm sure we will enjoy the different areas of our country, how he has captured. And one thing is very important. I have seen his images. For him, the camera and lens is important, but not very much. The main important aspect I have seen in his work is the man behind the camera. So now I will hand over to Saurabh Chatterjee to continue with his presentation. Over to you, Saurabh.
Thank you so much, sir, for the opportunity. Thanks to Anil sir for introducing me to Dhanbad Camera Club, and I'm really grateful to you for this opportunity. So I would like to share my screen, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. So first I will, I have a presentation, not a very rich presentation, but I'll give you a basic idea about what traveling is all about, what travel for photography is all about for me, and how I was able to take some pictures. And uske baad I will show you some of my pictures that I have taken over the last few years. Okay, so मेरा screen दिख रहा है sir?
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Okay, so I will start with this quote from Swami Vivekananda: "Take up one idea, make that idea your life. Think of it, dream of it, live on that idea." So this is the way to success. So I don't know whether I am successful or not, but my idea is to see India really well. So मैं अपने country को देखना चाहता हूँ. Though I have traveled a lot in the US and in Europe as well, you will never see my those pictures. Though they are good, but I am so obsessed with seeing India, and that's what I have been doing. But still, the list is very long. मतलब and it is so diverse. अभी I will give you an example. तो अभी होली, अगर होली का बात करें तो we think about नंदगांव बरसाना का होली बहुत famous होता है. And just before the lockdown, I went to one Holi which I have never even heard of. So the Holi in the northern part of Maharashtra, in the area called Nandurbar. और वहाँ का होली इतना अमेजिंग लगा मुझे और इतना डिफरेंट लगा. तो मुझे लगता है कि जितना मैं जानता हूँ बहुत ही कम जानता हूँ, और भी बहुत कुछ निकल आता है. So that is the thing, and I am really lucky to be born in this country where which is so diverse. It is like every state is like a different country, and अगर मैं पूरा 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 लाइफ भी मैं स्पेंड करूं तो भी देयर इज अ लॉट मोर टू सी एंड लॉट मोर टू डिस्कवर. सो दैट्स व्हाट आई हैव बीन डूइंग. सो when I started taking pictures, it was just for myself. So I wanted to see India. तो बचपन से ही एक पता नहीं कहाँ से एक था कि अपने कंट्री को बहुत देखना है. And I was born in Patna in a very middle class family. So those days I would just buy बुक्स. रोड पे जो बुक्स मिलते थे, एक सरिता करके एक हिंदी में एक मैगजीन आती थी. तो आई यूज्ड टू
Wait.
हाँ
Yes, carry on.
हाँ
I'm muted.
सो आई यूज्ड टू बाय दोज. एक सरिता करके मैगजीन आती थी, उसका एक
Yes, yes.
पर्यटन विशेषांक आता था साल में एक बार. तो उसके सारे पेज को फाड़ के एक फाइल में बना के, उस समय तो मतलब पता भी नहीं था कि घूमना होगा कि नहीं होगा, क्या करना है लाइफ में. पर वो जमा करके रखा था, वो अभी भी मेरे पास जमा करके रखा हुआ है. काफी सारे
Very good,
मटेरियल
very
जिससे
good,
मैं
very
जमा
good.
किया था. और उसके बाद फिर आई ज्वाइन द आईटी इंडस्ट्री. अपना हायर एजुकेशन करने के बाद आई वर्क फॉर 10 years, एंड उस समय भी काफी ट्रेवल किया. तो आई वाज रियली ब्लेस्ड विद गुड मैनेजर्स एंड they knew what I was doing, so I was able to travel a lot in the country. और उसके बाद 2013 के बाद I have really traveled a lot. I mean, to just give you an idea, I have traveled something like 250 days in a whole year. So that's what I've been doing. And my wife also travels with me most of the time. She is also a photographer, and it was glad that we met, and we travel most of the time together. Of course, there are some times when I do photography tours, I have to travel alone. So that is why it is very important to know why we do what we do. अगर एक मकसद जुड़ जाए, एक पर्पस जुड़ जाए, then there is no looking back. So you can do really a lot. तो बहुत लोग पूछते हैं कि आपको बोर नहीं होता है इतना फोटो निकालते निकालते. आई थिंक आई स्टिल हैव अ लॉन्ग लिस्ट टू ऑफ प्लेसेस टू डिस्कवर. एंड जैसे जैसे मैं और फोटोज निकालता हूँ, मेरा स्किल्स भी इम्प्रूव कर रहा है. द वे मेरा नजरिया, द वे आई लुक एट थिंग्स ऑल्सो गेट बेटर. सो आई वांट टू गो बैक टू द प्लेसेस वेयर आई हैव बीन बिफोर. तो अभी in early January we went to Tamil Nadu. So we had seen Tamil Nadu about 15 years back. So me and my wife, we spend about 15 days going around the different places where we had been to. And definitely with my improved perspective, I was able to take some better pictures, little different compared to what I did before. So what is travel or documentary photography? To freeze a moment of time and in the ever changing world, to make us aware of the things and situations that has not been seen, and to document what is कंसिडर्ड नॉर्मल। तो ये नॉर्मल जो वर्ड है, जो अगर हम देखें, हर आदमी का एक नॉर्मल जो दिन होता है वो डिफरेंट होता है। मेरा दिन काफी डिफरेंट होगा कंपेयर टू अ ट्राइबल हु लिव्स इन नागालैंड और अ पर्सन हु इज इन अरुणाचल। तो आई वांट टू डॉक्यूमेंट दिस नॉर्मल लाइफ, नॉर्मल लोगों के जो एक्टिविटी होते हैं वो मैं डॉक्यूमेंट करना चाहता हूँ। एंड अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स आई माइट नॉट गेट अ गुड पिक्चर, बट इट इज मोर फॉर द सेक ऑफ डॉक्यूमेंटेशन कि वहाँ पे लोग कैसे रहते हैं। सो माई एम इज नॉट टू क्रिएट ब्यूटिफुल पिक्चर्स, वो थोड़े अगर आ जाते हैं तो आई एम वेरी हैप्पी, बट अदरवाइज ऑल्सो इट इज मोर फॉर द documentation of the social environment of the place, okay, and make aware of the places to people around the world. तो मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर मेरे पिक्चर्स देख के लोग अगर मोटिवेट हो ट्रैवल करने के लिए टू सम प्लेस, इन आई मीन इंडियंस और मे बी पीपल फ्रॉम अब्रॉड, आई थिंक दैट इज अ ग्रेट सक्सेस फॉर मी। एंड इट हैज हैपेंड टू अ लॉट ऑफ प्लेसेस। तो बहुत लोग मेरे पिक्चर्स देख के पूछे कहाँ पे, ये जगह कहाँ पे है, थोड़ा प्लीज शेयर सम इंफॉर्मेशन। सो I shared and they were able to go there. So that is what success means for me as a travel photographer. Okay, so this is a definition of travel photography. Travel photography is a genre of photography that may include documentation of an area's landscape, people, culture, customs, and history. So I am you can say a jack of all trades and a master of none. तो मुझे सब कुछ थोड़ा थोड़ा पता है. So if I am going to Ladakh, I am going to shoot the people, I am going to shoot the festivals, I am also going to shoot the night sky. So I love shooting the night skies because that is something very unique to the northern part of India. बहुत कम जगह ऐसे बचे हैं जो जहाँ पे लाइट पोल्यूशन नहीं है, जहाँ पे हम मिल्की वे या एस्ट्रो फोटोग्राफी कर सकते हैं. सो आई डू दैट एज वेल. तो I have fair knowledge of all the different kinds of so I never do food photography, but एक बार मैं ऐसे ही एक ढाबा में एक एमपी में मैं बाइक से घूम रहा था 15 दिन, एंड देन वी वर हैविंग समथिंग सम डिश, एंड उसका मैंने फोटो निकाला. इट वाज अ वेरी कैजुअल शॉट, बट इट गॉट पब्लिश्ड इन द एमपी टूरिज्म का एक फोटो बुक आया था, उसमें आया था. सो देन आई थॉट आई शुड टेक दिस सीरियसली. मतलब ऑफ कोर्स फूड भी अलग अलग जगह का अलग अलग होता है, तो आई शुड डॉक्यूमेंट दैट एज वेल. तो मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि सारा कुछ एक जगह का जो फ्लेवर है वो मैं कैप्चर कर सकूँ एज अ ट्रैवल फोटोग्राफर. The Photographic Society of America defines travel photography as a travel photo as an image that expresses the feeling of time and place, portrays a land, its people or culture in its natural state, and has no geographical limitations. So this is what I've got from Wikipedia. So basically, my pictures will give you a sense of place. If it's a people or landscape, it will give you a sense of place. So a good photograph is knowing where to stand. So when I'm going to places, I have to do a lot of research. कहाँ पे क्या होने वाला है, especially for the festivals, कहाँ पे क्या होता है. और so it बहुत सारे जगह का इंफॉर्मेशन मिलना भी बहुत मुश्किल होता. अभी तो इंटरनेट के थ्रू बहुत इजी हो गया है. पहले कुछ फोटो बुक्स ही होते थे जिससे हमको पता चलता था कि कैसे हम फोटो निकाल सकते हैं. So this picture was taken sometime in 2003 जब मेरे पास एक सोनी साइबर शॉट था मेरे पास. So though I started shooting with a film camera way back, so I was very lucky that we had a camera in our home. My dad was also an amateur photographer, but I really started taking a lot of pictures when I was in college and later as well. So this is in Pune. There is this पुणे का सबसे फेमस गणपति होता है ये दगड़ू शेठ गणपति का. तो इनका जो विसर्जन होता है वो मुझे शूट करना था. और वो जगह कहाँ से वो रथ जाती है वो जानना बहुत जरूरी था. और ये फोटो लेने के लिए more than about 3 hours to help me get this angle and get this shot. तो कहाँ पे क्या फोटो निकाल सकते हैं, क्या अपॉर्चुनिटी है. और जाने से पहले so there are a lot of times when people go and दे गो विद अ ब्लैंक माइंड. सो सबका अलग अलग ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है फोटो लेने के लिए. जैसे रघु राय सर बोलते हैं कि आई डोंट डू एनी स्टडी और आई जस्ट नो वेयर आई वांट टू गो, और उसके बाद एज द सिचुएशन अनफोल्ड्स आई स्टार्ट टेकिंग पिक्चर्स. But when I go to places, I have an objective of I want to capture the people, the landscape, maybe the food. so I have to do a lot of study. और क्योंकि हमारा टाइम भी फिक्स होता है, तो सुबह में कहाँ जाना है, शाम में कहाँ जाना है, तो because there is a lot to explore. तो and every state is I mean quite big. अगर अरुणाचल, I have spent more than 3 months in अरुणाचल प्रदेश, अलग अलग ट्रिप में, तो काफी सारे जगह देखना होता है. And some places it is not accessible by vehicles, so sometimes हमको walk भी करके जाना पड़ता है. So shooting people. So one thing, when I go to other places and try to shoot people, so one thing is that I am very respectful to people, and so you have to treat people like our own, not like subjects, like subjects, not like objects. So that is something very important. अगर मैं एक बूढ़ी लेडी को का फोटो निकाल रहा हूँ, तो आई ट्रीट हर एज द वे आई वुड ट्रीट माई ग्रैंड मदर. तो वो एक रैपो बन जाता है. सो व्हेन यू गिव लव, यू गेट लव बैक. ओके, सो तो ऐसा ही होता है. वैसे ही एक कनेक्शन बन जाता है. एंड लैंग्वेज इज नॉट ऑलवेज अ बैरियर. तो आई हैव बीन टू सो मेनी प्लेसेस वेयर मुझे लैंग्वेज नहीं पता है, फिर भी पीपल वेर वेरी काइंड टू मी जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द बॉडी लैंग्वेज. दे से द बॉडी लैंग्वेज स्पीक्स अ लॉट मोर अबाउट yourself compared to what you speak. तो अगर हम respect देंगे, तो we will get respect back. And so there is a choice that I have to make while taking people's pictures. So do I want blurry backgrounds, or do I want a lot of the background? So पहले मैं I was always a very shy person, so I used to use a telephoto lens, and I would take pictures with a 70 to 300 millimeter, जहाँ पे subject काफी focus में रहेगा and the background will get blurred. Then I realized that I am not able to capture the environment when I'm doing that. So I try more, I restrict myself to most of the time to something like an 18 to 55 millimeter lens, जिससे मैं उनके पास जाके थोड़ा बात कर सकता हूँ. And when I go and talk to them, I don't just come back with a picture, I come back with a story as well. तो लोगों से बात करने से काफी कुछ पता चलता है उनके बारे में. और yeah, and then I make a note of how life is so different for these people compared to the life I live. तो बहुत लोग पूछते हैं कि उनको हम पैसा देते हैं क्या, जब अभी अननोन लोगों का हम फोटो निकालते हैं. तो देर आर सम प्लेसेस विच हैव बिकम सो कमर्शियल. अगर आप पुष्कर में जाएंगे, तो वो एकदम अपफ्रंट दे आस्क फॉर मनी. तो वो आपको पैसा देना ही पड़ता है, नहीं तो वो फोटो निकालने नहीं देंगे. बट वंस यू स्टार्ट टॉकिंग टू देम, एंड बट आई हैव बीन टू सो मेनी प्लेसेस, इवन इन राजस्थान में काफी सारे जगह में गया हूँ जो थोड़े इंटीरियर्स में है, where people have offered me a cup of tea because I took their picture. So, and this is not really long time back. Abhi matlab even before COVID, I went to some places where people offered me a cup of tea just because I was taking their pictures. So, but we photographers are little selfish people. हम photos निकालते हैं and then हम कभी बोलते हैं कि maybe I'll come back with pictures. People ask for prints. So at least I nowadays, so you can send it on WhatsApp, but I try to go back to places again. And और मैं बहुत बार mail से भी pictures भेज देता हूँ, print करके भेजता हूँ, and that makes them extremely happy. So because I go back to a lot of places again and again, so this is one thing I do seriously. तो कोई जगह जाने से पहले I take about 50 या 100 जितना भी copies निकालना है वो निकाल के, and I go back to the villages and then give the pictures to them. So that is a very enriching experience for me. So that is the best reward I get for my pictures, those to see the expression on their faces when I give the pictures to them. Now, what you should not do as a travel photographer, you see, बहुत बार होता है हम local festivals में जाते हैं, और this was in वाराणसी का, I think this was in आरती या कोई festival था. And these photographers were blocking the view of the local people. So ये उनका जगह है, and they are very kind to us to allow us inside. So we should not और देखिए ये लोग जूता पहन के गए हैं. So this is one thing हमारे इंडिया में कल्चर है, most of the places में कल्चर है कि हम जूता बाहर रखते हैं. और and this is one thing I religiously follow. बहुत लोग बोलते हैं, सोचते हैं कि अरे ये लोग बड़े लोग हैं, शहर से आए हैं, चलता है. वो बोले कि आ जाइए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, जूता पहन के आ जाइए. बट when I see that उनके जूता बाहर रखा हुआ है, तो I myself take out my shoes and go inside, because अभी they should not bend the rules because of us, and that shows that we are also respecting them enough. तो ये सब चीज से काफी फर्क पड़ता है. एंड I shoot people the way they are. मतलब I don't interfere in their activities. जब भी जो जैसा मिल जाता है, I might not get a good composition or not get people in the best of light sometimes, but I really थोड़ा कभी बोल सकते हैं कि इधर बैठिए, I want to take a picture, but generally I don't really interfere in people's activity. So this is an example where I can show you what happens when you shoot with a lot of background, or you shoot without background. But here you see the first picture. This was shot in Araku Valley. This was a great evening light in Araku Valley. So you have the person there, and uske saath uska गाय भी है, and you can see a lot of the environment as well. So you get a fair idea about what the person does, which place he belongs to, seeing this picture. Or second picture में we can't really see a lot of those things, though this is a nice picture. There's a lot of contrasty colors here, but does not show the environment of the place. So whenever I want to show the sense of the place, I am looking for more background and shooting at more wide angle, so that we cover a lot of the background as well. And I
Please mute yourself. Please. Wait, Saurabh, let me. Yes, carry on.
And so a lot of time I try to shoot the people in action. So this was during a trek. So this was during a 8-day trek, and we were going, and these porters, they carry our luggage, and so that is what I wanted to show. We were shooting, we were going through this sheet of ice, and it was quite difficult for us to walk with our shoes. लेकिन ये लोग बहुत बेसिक चप्पल और जूता पहन के भी इतना अच्छा वो लोग करते हैं. So that is what I want to shoot here. Now it is just by chance that there is no overlapping between the subject. They are at comfortable distances, which makes a more visually pleasing picture. But अगर वो नहीं भी होता, then I would still capture this picture. And so this is not a very beautiful picture, but it got published in National Geographic. So this was in Pandharpur Wari. So Pandharpur is a place in Maharashtra जहाँ पे अभी बहुत लोग जा रहे हैं यहाँ पे shoot करने के लिए. So this was shot about 10 years back, and this shows the center of attraction in the whole picture is the charging point. ये देखिए यहाँ पे charging point है और सब कोई charge कर रहे हैं. और सारे लोगों का एक्सप्रेशन ये देख रहा है कितना टाइम और चार्ज करना बाकी है. these people are scratching their head thinking about their family. तो और ये आदमी को थोड़ा डर लगा हुआ कि शायद इसका मोबाइल फोन कोई लेके जाएगा. so the wire goes all the way to his pocket. So it is just about observing these things, what is going on. So इसमें I might have taken a few pictures, and then finally I chose this one because this is where kind of everything falls in place. So these are not really beautiful pictures, but shows a little bit about what goes on in these places. So ये लोग they walk for 20 days. So आलंदी और देहू दो जगह से पंढरपुर तक आते हैं और करीब करीब 20 दिन इनको लगते हैं. और बीच में ये लोग टेंट में रहते हैं. So there is no electricity at all. So these are the places where they charge their phones to get in touch with their family. और it is not possible to stop all the time, so I take a lot of pictures from the vehicle. So गाड़ी से I choose a faster shutter speed, and I do a lot of shoot from the vehicle itself. So in fact मैंने एक exhibition किया था हैदराबाद में with a lot of with all the pictures taken from the train. So I did one that was from a train route from Visakhapatnam to Araku Valley होके जगदलपुर तक जाती है. So and that looks absolutely lovely during the monsoon. In fact वहाँ पे बाढ़ आया हुआ था, so we were thinking whether to go or not to go, but yeah. So I got some pictures which I put in an exhibition. So I take a lot of pictures from the vehicle क्योंकि हर जगह पे रुकना possible नहीं होता है. और when we are going on the way and you find something interesting, so my camera is always on, ready to take pictures. And of course if there is something interesting, and then we stop and take pictures, so that is also there. But yeah, जहाँ पे नहीं रुक सकते वहाँ पे ट्रैवल में भी मेरे पास काफी सारे पिक्चर्स है हाई फास्ट शटर स्पीड में फोटो एंड शूटिंग इन द माउंटेन सो वन थिंग इज दैट इट नेवर हार्म्स टू बी वार्म तो मैं हमेशा को इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू कीप योरसेल्फ वार्म क्योंकि अगर ठंड लग गई और तबीयत खराब हो गई देन यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू टेक पिक्चर्स सो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू कीप योरसेल्फ वार्म एंड इन स्कैंडिनेविया जहाँ पे वेदर बहुत खराब रहता है so they say there is no bad weather only bad clothing तो अगर हमको पता है हम कहीं जगह पे जा रहे हैं और बारिश होने वाली है तो आई एम डेफिनेटली गोइंग टू कैरी an umbrella or a raincoat okay and this is what I do especially when I go to sub zero temperatures अगर कहीं हम बहुत बार ट्रेकिंग पे जाते हैं और टेम्परेचर्स बहुत कम होता है तो I always keep the battery in my pocket and there is also a limitation when we go to the hills so मैंने कोविड के पहले एक 17 डे का ट्रैक किया था तो 17 डे इट वाज लाइक गोइंग बैक टू द फिल्म टाइम क्योंकि मेरे पास मेमोरीज तो इनफ थे लेकिन बैटरीज इनफ नहीं थे तो फिर नो नो सीइंग द पिक्चर्स मतलब फोटो लेके बस भूल जाओ फिर जब वापस आए तो फिर एक साथ सारे पिक्चर्स देख सकते थे तो उस सो यू हैव टू प्लान अकॉर्डिंगली और बैटरीज को हमेशा पॉकेट में रखने से वो गर्म रहता है एंड ट्रैवलिंग टू द सेम प्लेस इन डिफरेंट सीजन्स डिफरेंट टाइम्स ऑफ द ईयर तो आपको बिल्कुल सेम जगह बहुत डिफरेंट दिखेगा so these are not beautiful pictures but I just want to give you an idea about how different the same place looks when shot in different times of the year and I love shooting in the rains मैं बारिश में बहुत फोटो निकालता हूँ and you have to be careful about protecting your camera of course if the water goes inside it can spoil your camera but I just use a very simple technique I just use a polythene cover make a small hole just say and you just have the hood outside and that's how I take the picture so and of course you can buy a rain cover but I think when we shoot in the rain we get some really amazing really very different pictures than what you get normally or I shoot a lot of food so this was in a tribal village in Orissa तो जैसे मैं आपको बताया आई एम नॉट अ फूड फोटोग्राफर बट कभी कभी ये सादा खाना जो हमको गांव में मिलता है दैट आल्सो ये देखिए साल के पत्ते में सर्व किया गया है थोड़ा दाल राइस है और थोड़ा सो इट वाज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड shows a lot about the place tells a lot about the place so this is what I shot and a lot of times when I go to places I go back with pictures अगर मौका मिलता है जाने का and sometimes I just play around allow the kids to play around with my camera देखिए वो हमारा I just gave the camera to these kids and then they were having fun taking pictures so it was a wonderful opportunity and organizing so I use Lightroom so I use Lightroom Classic पहले वो Lightroom बोलते थे I use Lightroom Classic to organize my pictures so and lot of times I carry my laptop और कभी कभी अगर if I'm doing backpacking trips I don't carry my laptop but I make sure that the pictures are copied to the hard drive so I'll share you some equipments that I use to copy pictures even without my laptop so that I'll share and when you are taking pictures I believe that pictures are for sharing so you can write a blog if you can write a blog that's very good Instagram I'm little quite disappointed with Instagram because most of the landscape pictures are not really visible in fact mobile phone as a device for consuming pictures is a very bad idea but we have to move with technology क्योंकि हमने जब शुरू किया था हम प्रिंट्स देखते थे और प्रिंट का बहुत ही अलग मजा था एंड देन वी हैड कंप्यूटर स्क्रीन कंप्यूटर में हम ज्यादा देखते थे पर अभी आई थिंक 95% ऑफ द कंजम्पशन ऑफ पिक्चर्स इज थ्रू व्हाट्सएप और इंस्टाग्राम जो हम मोबाइल फोन में देखते हैं विच इज वेरी वेरी डिसअपॉइंटिंग एंड ऑफ कोर्स हम फोटो बुक्स बना सकते हैं एंड एग्जीबिशन इज द बेस्ट वे टू एक्सपीरियंस अ पिक्चर so that is how we can share the pictures और कैमरा इज समथिंग वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कौन सा कैमरा यूज करना है तो we have all different kinds of camera so I have used Fuji for some time बहुत छोटा body होता है and the lenses are also quite light but yeah I have used all different types of camera this is one of my favorite camera this is a RX100 Mark 3 अभी तो Mark 7 है so I used to own a Mark 7 as well so this is a 24 to 200 millimeter lens and a very quite good image quality. I have also published some pictures in magazines and photo books using this camera. So बहुत सारे जगह में जहाँ पे मैं बड़ा कैमरा नहीं यूज कर सकता या अलाउड नहीं है, दिस कैमरा इज वेरी स्मॉल एंड कैन बी यूज फॉर टेकिंग पिक्चर्स. अगर if you are doing lot of astrophotography or night photography or long exposures, tripod is a must, and carbon fiber tripod is something which will really help you, is quite light. और ये गोरिल्ला पॉड भी होता है जिससे आप काफी इजीली बहुत सारे ट्रिकी सरफेसेस में you can take pictures. And of course, I use a rain cover, umbrella. These are things that you must carry, and investing in a camera bag is very important. मेरे पास अभी भी वो बैग्स हैं जो ऑलमोस्ट 15 ईयर्स पहले मैंने लिए हुए हैं, एंड दे आर स्टिल गुड टू यूज. तो इन्वेस्टिंग इन अ कैमरा बैग इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मैं एक बार लद्दाख में गया था, एंड आई वाज बाइकिंग देयर एंड आई हैड एक्सीडेंट, एंड बट नथिंग हैपेंड टू द कैमरा. अगर मेरा वो बैग अच्छा नहीं होता तो it could have been damaging for my camera. So this is a nice rain cover that you can get from Amazon. It can really be a good protection for the camera. Or lens cleaning kit. This is a headlamp, and of course you need to have enough memory cards. Or I use SSDs now. SSD काफी fast होते हैं और they are shock proof. तो अगर हाथ से गिर भी जाते हैं तो they are quite easily. There is no effect that happens to an SSD. So nowadays I use SSDs. And if I am backpacking, this is a device that I use to copy pictures from the SD card to a hard drive. So without बिना laptop के आप convert pictures copy कर सकते हैं SD card में. So unfortunately this works only for the SD card के लिए ही इसमें slot है. अगर नया CF Express जैसा कुछ कार्ड है आपके पास तो अभी शायद उसके लिए भी कुछ निकलेगा, बट या तो आई यूज दिस डिवाइस. दिस इज अ पावर बैंक एज वेल, और इसमें आप SD कार्ड डाल सकते हैं और आपका मेमोरी कार्ड भी डाल सकते हैं, and through an app on your mobile phone you can see the transfer actually happening. So I use this device a lot when I am traveling without a laptop. So बहुत सारे बैकपैकिंग ट्रिप्स हैं, या जैसे मैं अभी ट्रेकिंग करने जा रहा हूँ, सो इन दोज केसेस दिस इज क्वाइट हेल्पफुल. एंड दिस इज समथिंग विच आई ऑलवेज कैरी विथ मी, क्योंकि अगर हम कहीं जाते हैं और एक ही पॉइंट है, पावर प्लग है, तो फिर एंड देन देयर आर 2 पीपल एंड सबके पास 2-3 डिवाइस है. सो दिस इज समथिंग आई ऑलवेज कैरी. ये है, और या तो USB चार्जर है जिसमें काफी सारे USB स्लॉट्स है. So these are things which are really very useful. And this is one of my very useful, very favorite devices that I carry nowadays. ये एक सोलर चार्जर है, and this is 30,000 mAh. इसमें आप बैटरी चार्ज कर सकते हैं और काफी कुछ किया जा सकता है. मोबाइल चार्ज कर सकते हैं अगर आप मोबाइल फोटोग्राफी कर रहे हैं तो. इन प्लेसेस, स्पेशली इन प्लेसेस where there is no electricity, जैसे आप हिमालयस में जाते हैं, तो दिस इज वेरी वेरी यूजफुल फॉर मी. और इससे मैं अच्छे पोर्ट्रेट्स भी निकाल सकता हूँ. सो आई कैरी दिस ऑल द टाइम. इनफैक्ट नाउ आल्सो आई एम यूजिंग द सेम डिवाइस. सो दिस इज अ लाइट दैट यू हैव. सो इधर सोलर पैनल है और ये सोलर से चार्ज हो जाता है. एंड दिस इज अ गुड LED लाइट. अगर मुझे कुछ पोर्ट्रेट निकालना है एंड द लाइट इज वेरी लेस, सो आई कैन यूज टू टेक पोर्ट्रेट्स एज वेल. सो और ये पावर बैंक भी है, तो ये अच्छा पावर बैंक का भी काम करता है. तो especially in places where there is no electricity, so this is really very very helpful. और ये USB से आपका normal charger से charge हो जाएगा, और it can support all different kinds of devices. और so one thing is there is a lot of planning that needs to be done. जैसे मैं अगर कोई जगह का फोटो, गेटवे ऑफ इंडिया का फोटो निकाल रहा हूँ, so will it be a good idea to go there in the morning or go there in the evening? तो आजकल we have things like Google Maps, जिससे जो ओरिएंटेशन पता चल जाता है, तो मॉर्निंग में जाना अच्छा रहेगा या इवनिंग में. सो दैट इज हाउ आई प्लान माय आइटनरी. तो जो जगह सुबह में अच्छा दिखेगा, आई वुड लाइक टू गो देयर इन द मॉर्निंग, एंड देन देयर आर प्लेसेस वेयर. सो दैट इज हाउ आई सी द सीक्वेंस ऑफ डिसाइड द सीक्वेंस ऑफ प्लेसेस वेयर आई एम गोइंग टू. और बहुत सारे टाइम पे हमको ऐसे जगह जाते हैं जहाँ पे देयर माइट नॉट बी अ ग्रेट प्लेस टू स्टे, और सो दैट इज ऑल्सो समथिंग वी नीड टू कॉम्प्रोमाइज एंड वी नीड टू एडजस्ट, बिकॉज जो जितना इंटीरियर्स में जाएंगे उतना मुश्किल होगा रहने का, उतना साधन कम होगा वहाँ पे। एंड देन बीइंग टायरलेस, सो थोड़ा बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि एकदम लग रहा है कि अभी वी हैव टू एंड द डे एंड एवरीथिंग इज डन, एंड देन वी सी समथिंग वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग एंड वी रियली वांट टू टेक अ पिक्चर। एंड सो देयर आर लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स वी, जैसे एक ताजमहल का फोटो निकालना है तो देयर इज अ क्लासिक व्यू, सामने से ताजमहल का फोटो निकालेंगे विच एवरीबडी डज like a postcard, and then I always look for some other views which can be interesting. Okay, so we have to go around and find that right angle from where we can take pictures. So I am more interested in documenting the place rather than having beautiful pictures. Of course I want some beautiful pictures, but I also want to give you an idea, a sense of place basically, to uh, to how the place looks like, what the culture is. And preparation planning, so पहले हम जो preparation करते थे, so there used to be a Lonely Planet guide and rough guide. So I have a lot of guides on different parts of India, and Google Map is something very important. So अभी Google Map में एक feature है, you can download it offline. अगर आपका network नहीं भी काम कर रहा है, then also you will be able to see where you are and you will be able to see the direction to location. So I always download the offline map of the places where I'm going to, especially agar if I'm going to places where I know that there'll be no network, so that really helps. And on maximum time में मैं जब जाता हूँ, I try to contact some local photographers or guides, because there is always a barrier when we are going to new places, but when you have somebody local, it really helps. Or if I am doing astrophotography, अगर नाइट स्काई का फोटो निकालना है, so there are this website timeanddate.com, जिससे आपको पता चलेगा what about the phases of the moon. And then we have this app astrophotography के लिए मैं ये app यूज करता हूँ, photopills, which is very useful. It's a game changer basically. पहले we had to do a lot of guesswork, but अभी हमारा बहुत easy हो गया है ये photopills आने के बाद. So, as for any kind of photography, it is very important to understand the light. Okay, so what time of the day we are going to take pictures. So, like any other kind of photography, we know that mornings and evenings are the best time for taking pictures. But of course, we don't stop shooting during the daytime. Okay, so we keep shooting during the daytime as well. So now, life of a travel photographer. See, mostly I have to stay away from my family, but I'm really blessed that my wife is also a photographer. So we travel a lot most of the time together. So that is a good thing. But yeah, that is one thing. And getting used to different kinds of food, and especially for a vegetarian, I'm a vegetarian, and it makes me even more difficult to survive in some places. It becomes very difficult. And change in weather, change in environment, so that kind of is challenging, but ये सब हो जाता है. As we travel more, it becomes easy. Now travel photography as a career, so बहुत लोग पूछते हैं कि how do you get money to travel. So it is very, I mean, you can't really make money by selling your prints. So it rarely happens that I have made a lot of money by selling prints, but or by writing articles. So they are very small. So I organize photography tours to different places. So visitors from outside India and people in India who are enthusiastic. So I take them. I organize photography tours. So one thing I strongly follow. I try to keep the places the way they are. So I strongly follow this reuse, reduce, and recycle. So जहाँ तक हो सकता है, I try to and I suggest people to follow that and be little responsible to the culture. जो culture जो जहाँ का है, I try to follow the culture and not I take it little seriously, and minimal damage to the environment. So whatever कचरा हम जो भी लेके आते हैं, we try to bring it back and not and dispose it properly rather than just throwing it anywhere. Okay, so now I'm going to show you some of my pictures, and then maybe सर अभी कितना टाइम है अभी?
You can आराम से you can take more time. No issue. Okay. You can carry on up to 9 and beyond 9.
Okay. So I'll take about some time to show you my pictures and
Yes.
tell you the story, so that will be more interesting. Okay. So Okay, so are you able to see my this other screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so and if you want to see, that a lot of people are curious to know about the settings. You can see the EXIF information at the bottom of the screen जो भी मैंने use किया है, so you can see this. Okay, so these are not necessarily beautiful pictures, but will definitely tell you about the place. And I have chosen northeast. I have traveled quite a lot in the northeast of India, so my pictures will give you an exposure of how life is in the northeast part of India. So little bit of from every state I've tried to collect together. So this was my first time to Mizoram. So when I went there for an assignment, and so whenever I go to any place, I just go to the local market and see. Local market में हमेशा बहुत कुछ interesting मिलता है. And this is one place where you see crabs were being sold like this, or you see how beautifully they are wrapped, and it is being sold, and it was given to some customer. So that is what I try to shoot here. And here maybe the background is not
Saurabh,
that.
I am
I'm not
unable
able
to
to
see
see
the
the
Slide is
images.
not moving.
Hmm.
Your slide is
Yeah,
not moving.
Yeah, we are not seeing.
It's frozen to one place.
Okay, okay, I'll just एक minute.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes,
No.
yes.
Now we can see the crab.
Okay. So you see, this is what I wanted to show, how these crabs are packed so beautifully and then sold it in the market. So this was in Kamakhya. So this was a long time back, about 15 years before I took this picture. So you see, this is an Aguri Sadhu in Kamakhya. So in Kamakhya, there is Ambubachi festivals. It happens. It just concluded a week before. So it's a very interesting place where they say in that Kamakhya temple, the lady goes through the Devi goes through her menstrual cycle, and then the blood comes out of the. So these are a lot of stories around that place. So this is a sadhu from that place. And this is in a temple in a different time of the year where there was no crowd, and this sadhu was playing with these two local kids there. So you can see a little bit of the temple there, and the sadhu playing with the kids. So this was in a house in Arunachal Pradesh. So in Arunachal Pradesh, there are these houses are called long houses. So when I go to these places, I learn a lot about the culture of the place as well. So these are called long houses. लॉन्ग हाउसेस मतलब एक बहुत बड़ा सा हट, जैसे हम हट छोटे छोटे हट्स देखे हैं जिसमें एक फैमिली में भी 2 लोग 3 लोग रहते हैं, ये एक एक घर में 15-20 लोग रहते हैं, और बहुत लंबा लंबा ये हाउसेस होते हैं, और एक सेंट्रल एरिया होता है, और देयर आर लॉट ऑफ रूम्स. एंड the reason they used to stay so together is that अभी कोई दूसरा आदमी अटैक करेगा and they will feel little insecure, तो सारे एक जगह पे रहते हैं. And the houses are still like that, but these modern gadgets that have come there is like television अभी आ गया है, तो सब घर में television है. But it's good to see that जो घर है वहाँ के वो अभी भी काफी सारे घर वैसे ही हैं. So this is one of the houses, and they use a lot of bamboo in everything that they do. So ये एक पिक्चर उनके घर में. So we took out our shoes and asked permission कि can we take a picture. So we were there for some time, spending time with them. और हम कोशिश करते हैं कि बच्चे तो हर जगह मिलते हैं, तो we carry some pencils, some notebooks जो उनको हम दे सके. तो and then we start watching them, and sometimes when we initially take pictures, they are very frozen, or they are very conscious, but when you are there for some time, then you get to see that they are behaving naturally, and you get the pictures that you want to. ये और एक वहाँ का ये जीरो करके एक जगह है, वहाँ का फोटो है. तो a kid standing, and you can see a little bit of how the house looks like there. Or yeah, this is a picture. So I had when I was doing films, I had this sunset filter. So वो थोड़ा वो use करके photo निकाला है. So this was in Zero Valley. So we walked for some time in the villages, and then that is when got this picture. So the light was very good in the morning, and little misty, and we got this shot. और वहाँ पे बहुत सारे ट्राइब्स हैं एंड सो व्हेन आई गो टू दिस प्लेसेस आई मेक श्योर दैट आई नोट डाउन द नेम ऑफ द ट्राइब्स, क्योंकि मुझे नाम तो याद नहीं रहेगा कौन सा ट्राइब है. सो आई मेक श्योर दैट I write down the name of the tribes and I put it in the EXIF information. So when I edit my pictures, उसी समय मैं EXIF information में या नाम में मैं डाल के रखता हूँ. तो when I go back to the pictures, I kind of get that information from there. And so this is an Apatani tribe. So इनके nose blocks होते हैं. And so there is a story on these ladies were very beautiful. So the men put the nose blocks there so that nobody, or they used to kidnap these girls. So to stop that, they used to do that. So अभी बहुत लिमिटेड घर बच गए हैं जहाँ पे अभी भी ऐसे आपको देखने को मिलेंगे. बहुत जो बूढ़े थोड़े लोग हैं वो बच गए हैं. एंड द यंगर जनरेशन दे डोंट रियली केयर अबाउट दीज थिंग्स. सो they are like just any other modern women. And so this is again not a beautiful picture, but you see so this gentleman was going on the road and he was asking for lift. So we always have empty place in our vehicle, so we welcomed him. So, and before that we took a picture of him. So you will be surprised that you see these people a lot of times they don't really follow a lot of rules. So उनको आज शिकार करने का मन किया तो कुछ he went to shoot some birds. So it was I was shocked to learn that he went to shoot some birds and he came back. Maybe he would make a delicacy when he goes back home. And the good thing about Arunachal is everybody knows Hindi. So we were able to communicate with him really well. So we dropped him at his village, and then he took us around. He introduced his sister. So ये उनके sister है, and then we got these pictures. So these are very interesting. More than pictures, it was great experience to go and meet these people and spend some time with them before we go on our onward journey. And so one night we got very late because we were spending more time on the way. और एक बार पूरा अंधेरा था, and then this looked like quite a dark place. हम पहाड़ से जा रहे थे और हमको हमारा destination बहुत दूर छोटा सा light दिख रहा था. Then on top of the hill, I asked the driver to just stop the vehicle and switch off the lights. और वो highway के बीच में ही से हमको मिलके हुए दिखने लगा. And I thought I should take a picture. So I just kept my camera on top of the car and I was able to get this picture. So whatever the nature gives to us, I am ready to capture it. So this is one of the villages we went later. Yeah, we had to walk to this village. It was a short 5 kilometers walk, and but I also wanted to take the whole landscape of the village early in the morning. So these are places, quite interesting places, different tribes there in different places. So this is another tribe of these are. So I generally note down the name of the tribes that okay. So this is a village called Sippi, and Tagin is the name of the tribe. So there are a lot of tribes, and I can't remember the name of the tribe, so I just have to write it down. So this was taken with a, if you talk about the light, this was taken with a similar light. So एक LED light मेरे पास होता था. So I used that light and I was able to get this picture. And their hat is quite typical. You see, they wear this kind of. They are mostly warm and welcoming. So you just talk to them nicely and you ask for taking pictures, and you will be able to get them. So then we went. We were passing by one day, and then we saw these old people working in the field. They are mostly old people working in the field. So we thought we should also spend some time working with them. Okay, so हम भी उनके साथ थोड़ा काम कर रहे थे. Though we were very bad in doing that because we don't have the skills of doing that, but they of course they understood the gesture that we gesture that okay. So and then we spent some time with them, and of course showing the pictures camera में दिखा सकते हैं, and that brings a smile on their face, and that brings people together. So this is one thing I do, and if I go back to the places, I give them prints, which I every time I go back to places, I do that, and then I got this portrait. So I made him sit, and then got this picture. So you see all these places. A lot of times I go to these places without any expectation. मतलब हमको I have not seen pictures of these places, but a lot of times we get pleasant surprises. And so talking about the culture, again, this is a more of a documentary shot where you see this is a temple. So originally in the most of Arunachal Pradesh, they followed a religion called Done Palo. Done Palo means sun and moon. So that is what they used to worship. And now that Christianity has come, and I mean, most of the people in Meghalaya, Meghalaya, Nagaland has been converted into Christianity. So that is, but there are few people still there in these areas in Arunachal where which follow the this religion called Done Palo. So they basically worship the sun and the moon. So this is a mass. I mean, they also have designed their masses like the Christians. So every Sunday they meet, or so it is more about understanding the culture of the place. Kya hota hai? How do these people live in those areas? And they have made a uniform for themselves where everybody is supposed to. The men are supposed to wear this uniform and come for these prayer sessions. Or so wherever we go to places, you find kids, and they are always good opportunity to take pictures. And yeah, of course, mornings and evenings. This is an evening shot in this place called okay, on the banks of Sion River in Alo. So this place name is Alo. So this is in Arunachal Pradesh. And we also have a lot of beautiful, so a lot of people go to Vietnam for taking these kind of pictures. So there is so much to see in India. मतलब इतना कुछ है देखने के लिए. We don't really have to go to other countries to see similar places. I mean, we just have to explore. So there is actually so much to explore. Of course, यहाँ जाने के लिए रोड बहुत खराब है, and that's why these places are still very untouched. So when I talk to these people, they say, I mean, the government is little, these areas are neglected. We don't have proper roads and all, but now the things are improving. So, but so when I went last time to these places, there the roads were really very, very bad. And they have lot of these bridges. So ये जो cable bridge है, बहुत सारे ऐसे bridges, and this is one of the longest that they have. So you can make out ये कितना लंबा है. You can see a person there, so you can make out कितना लंबा है. And so this was in Kaziranga. We were staying in the hotel, and then I just came out and saw. I was able to see the Milky Way, and there were a lot of these fireflies as well. So it made an interesting picture. So this is a natural light from the place where we were staying. And of course, when you travel, sometimes you are blessed with beautiful light. So this was one of the small streams near Kaziranga where I was able to get this picture. And so this is a very interesting village. यहाँ पे there is a temple. It's a mix of so Hindus and Muslims both come to worship there. And वो temple तो जैसा था वैसा था, but these houses, there are some houses which had this very interesting doors. So that is what I was shooting there. And this is in Majuli. So this is a very a place which is very religious, Vaishnav. So they follow Vaishnavism, and this has been carried over the centuries. So, and this was quite late in the evening. I was shooting there. These people were practicing for the prayers, and so we spent quite a lot of time with them, and we were able to get these pictures. So generally, अगर आप एक visitor होके just थोड़ा सा देख के वापस चले जाएंगे, then you will probably not get the picture. So we have to spend, so थोड़ा time होना चाहिए when we go to these places. And this is a place where we stayed in Majuli. It was a wonderful place, and Subah mein it was so great in the morning, the light, the mist, and of course my friend was there, so I had him as a subject, and I got this shot. And these are the missing tribes. So these tribes, they take out these shells, and then they sell them in the market. So this is one place where, so here I use a telephoto lens. This is a 200 millimeter, and so the very nice light was falling on that lady, and the shadow of the net was falling on her body, and I got this shot. So this is not a pose shot, so I just waited for the right time, and you can see I was using a telephoto lens for taking this shot. This is from the monastery in Tawang. So Tawang Monastery is one of my favorite places to take pictures. So there are a lot of opportunities. Monks are very welcoming, and so you can take really a lot of shots there. So this is the Monpa tribe. So when I go to these different places, I come to know about lot about the culture of the place and their what they wear. So this is one place where you see they wear this very unusual hat. So ये जो मोनपा tribes के लोग होते हैं, आजकल जो लोग होते हैं वो तो नहीं, they wear only during the festivals, but the older people, they still follow the tradition, so they wear these dresses. And of course the usual shots at the monastery. So this is one time subah mein, they wake up at 4 o'clock, they get ready, and then they do their prayers, and then uske baad सबको बहुत भूख लगती है, and this is where you see everybody is just waiting for the food. आज क्या बना है और क्या क्या खाने को मिलेगा. So they're all just very curiously and excitedly waiting for the food to be served. And this was in Arunachal. This was near Tawang when we went in winter, and it was the temperatures were almost in minus, so things were getting frozen, and that is when I took this picture. So this is a 30-second exposure without any ND filter, f22, using a 20 millimeter 2.8 D lens. This is also one place in Arunachal. So we were just passing by, and so I saw this dog waiting in front of the house. So I thought of taking a picture in this misty place. So so these pictures, this was quite a dark place, but you see this. I try to, so as I was telling you, I try to capture a sense of place. So इसमें थोड़ा you can see, I can see a little bit of outside the window as well. You can see the landscape outside the window, and you can see the lamps. You can see the Tibetan lamps being lit up, and of course you see I strongly believe I can't when I'm doing outdoor photography, things are totally out of my control. I can't control anything, the weather or the people who I meet. So it is just when the nature is ready to bless me, I will get something like this. So I mean, it has nothing to do with my photography skills. So I should just be good enough to see that there is an opportunity and take pictures, but only it will happen when the nature is ready to bless me. So but yeah, sometimes we are blessed with good opportunities, and I'm also ready to grab them. So this is a bridge. So there is a living root bridge. This is in Meghalaya, and there is a small trek. So you have to go downhill and go to this place. And early morning is the best time to go there. So ये time का भी थोड़ा पता रहना चाहिए कौन सा time पे. So early morning, if you go there, you see the place is kind of lit very nicely, and you can get some good pictures. So this is one waterfall, no Kalikai waterfall. So this looks great in the evening. So ये शाम के time पे it faces the west, and this great evening light falls on the waterfall, and you can get this pictures like this. So if you go there in the morning, the light will not be that great because it will be against the light. तो ये इंफॉर्मेशन रहना भी बहुत जरूरी है कि कौन से, अगर एक जगह पे एक ही बार जा सकते हैं तो कौन से टाइम पे जाना ठीक रहेगा. तो lot of times local people can give this information. अगर कोई है तो I can send them a message on Facebook or Instagram and get the information, or even Google can help us get the same information. So this is a place from where you can see the whole of the Bangladesh plains. This is near the border of Meghalaya and Bangladesh. So morning light, you shot in the morning light. So of course, this is a place where a lot of people might have been to. So this is a place called Dauki, and again, you have to be very lucky to be at a time when the water is not muddy. So बहुत बार होता है कि you don't get the right light और muddy होता है. इधर मैं 5-6 बार जा चुका हूँ, but only once or twice I got the right kind of light and the environment to take these kind of pictures. So I try to include this little bit of the other boats as well to give a balance to this boat that is actually looking like floating in the water. Or these are some rural pictures. This is rural Assam. So there is a small stream, and we had this nice mustard fields, and yeah, that is what I shot. So this is a place in Majuli. So we were, so across the bridge is where we were staying, and we were very tired that day. We had long walks, and then as I was coming, I saw this magic of light. Oh, this light was coming, and then the stars were showing up. So I had to wait for some time and then get this picture. So this is a 30-second exposure f2.8 and ISO 1600. So taken with a 20mm f2.8D lens. And so every place has a festival, and I try to shoot the festivals as well. So these are the typical houses in around Cherrapunji, and they are decorated very well for Christmas. So that is what I wanted to shoot. So that's what I got in these pictures here. And so a lot of these places, this is a place called Molinong, which is one of the cleanest village. They say it's one of the cleanest village in Asia. And now these people have built homestays, and they are building concrete houses. अभी बहुत थोड़े घर ऐसे बच गए हैं which actually has the traditional way of building houses. So I shot. So this is how a traditional house used to look. You see, there is a barrier here made of wood, and this material used for building the houses, and there's a basket kept in front of everybody's house, and then the lady is there. So I was lucky that the lady came out, and I was able to have her in the picture. And yeah, a lot of times again, I would say it is a great picture just because the nature blessed me. Not It is nothing to do with any photography skills here. And so it was all cloudy, and this is close to Cherrapunji where I got this picture. So, but yeah, so we have to be good enough to identify the opportunity and then just grab it. So this is a place near the Bangladesh border. It's called Strong Piding, and so there is a bridge. From top of the bridge, you can get very nice pictures of people fishing there. And thoda pani ka bhi, the water is quite transparent, and you can get these kind of pictures. So here you see there are these two people fishing, and then the two boats that are there. So that is what I wanted to capture here. Or when we go around, you see the ways of building the houses, and then this dash of color here, that is what I wanted to shoot. So these are some ordinary subjects, but can still make you give you a sense of place and how these people are very enthusiastic about keeping flowers in their houses. Or this is one of my favorite places. So I have been to Switzerland as well, and this place is no less than Switzerland. This is a place called Sancti Valley. So this is on the way to Tawang. There is midway. There is a place called Dirang, जहाँ से थोड़ा detour लेके जाना पड़ता है, and very friendly people, very friendly people. So this is one picture where you see the life of these people. So there is a cable bridge which connects these people. So these students are going, taking their cycles across these. Sometimes if the bridge is broken, then there is no other way to go cross the river, because sometimes there's a lot of water in the river. So this shows the life of the people there. And Assam mein people consume a lot of pan, and this is one of the places where they produce the pan. And so this is one place where this was never in our itinerary. In fact, we were not willing to stop in this place. हम train में जा रहे थे, and then we had a talk with somebody, a very young boy, and who said that I will take you to one place. So sometimes we are little thinking whether वो बोल तो रहा है लेकिन पता नहीं कैसा जगह होगा, but he was very enthusiastic. He said that you will really love that place. So we believed him, and we went to this place early morning. बहुत सुबह में गए, and it was such a magical place. So this is in Silchar. So it was really a great place to be there. बहुत ही magical था. So I'm not sure how much you can see in a picture, but it was a great experience to be there and spend the morning in this place. And so this is a market in Imphal, and अभी बहुत वहाँ पे unrest is going on there, but it is a great place to travel as well. So this market is owned by all women. So it's quite a big market, and all the shopkeepers are women. So that is a speciality of that market, and they sell all different kinds of stuff there. And this is a lake called Loktak. It is quite famous if you go to Manipur. And so in the evening, you see we were on top of a hill, and then we got this magical moment. So they make this round circles, and then they do fishing in this. And evening में तो इतना सुंदर दिखता है ना, so it is absolutely amazing to capture this. And yeah, so you see these people are have very similar lives compared to Myanmar, people in Myanmar. So this is one of the places. So there is a Stonehenge in England, and this is a similar kind of settlement we saw in a village. This village is called Wilong Kulen, and it was quite inaccessible. बहुत time लगा इधर जाने में, काफी interior में है. And और फिर वहाँ पे जो विलेज हेड है उनसे परमिशन लेके वी हैड टू टॉक टू देम, एंड देन वी वर एबल टू टेक पिक्चर्स. So but it was quite interesting to go there. So you can see the houses in the background. So there were a lot of these monoliths which were really very old, and then you can see the village in the background. And this is the typical houses in those places. ये विलोंग खुलेंग करके एक गांव है, वहाँ का पिक्चर है. So yeah, when we went to the one of the houses, we got this picture. So it is about interacting with people. So थोड़ा हम भी लोगों के साथ interact करते हैं तो काफी कुछ मिलता है. So this is during the Hornbill Festival. So there are a lot of different festivals in Nagaland. So this is organized by the tourism department. So it is more organized. But there are other festivals also which are not controlled by the tourism department, and those are more authentic, quite more interesting. Okay, so ये सब है. And this is in North Sikkim. So one teacher was taking a tuition of these kids, and then I wanted to take the picture. I generally don't use this much of wide angle, so I have used यहाँ पे 15 millimeter यूज किया. जनरली मैं नहीं यूज करता हूँ, बट यहाँ पे किया. बट इट गेव मी, यू सी दिस. और टीचर थोड़ी देर तक हम बैठे और टीचर अंदर गए, तो फिर उस समय हमने फोटो निकाला. यू सी these two kids, मुझे I remember my childhood when I see this picture. So you see these two kids are talking and laughing, and these two are looking at me while I'm taking the picture. Okay, they are from some villages. So this is one it looks like a typical monastery, but this is not a Buddhist monastery, but monastery of the Bon religion. तो मैं जैसे जैसे अलग अलग जगह पे जाता हूँ तो मुझे काफी सारा information भी मिलता है. So actually in Tibet, in the whole of Tibet and Ladakh, they used to follow this religion called Bon before Buddhism came, and they adopted Buddhism. So this whole of Tibet and Ladakh and Spiti, so all these areas they adopted the Tibetan Buddhism. Okay, so uh, so any questions that you have, sir? मुझे just एक minute, ये मेरा एक दूसरा meeting था, so I'll just message them that. Okay. So these are some places where it is not just about, capturing the beauty of the place, but how life is for them. Okay. So ये कामाख्या मंदिर के अंदर है. So this was quite recently. So पहले के pictures, those were quite old, but these are my recent pictures from last year या एक आध साल के बीच में. So this is in Kamakhya. When we went there, this beautiful light was falling, people were praying, and I was able to get this shot. And I like shooting the rural India, people working in the fields. There's some kind of connection I feel with the farmers that we have. So I took these pictures. And so this girl was and her friends were jumping around on this haystack, and then one lady came with a danda and unko bhagane ke liye, and I was there and I was able to get this shot. So these are the stories I remember when I see these pictures. And it is very important for me when I'm going to post this picture somewhere, I need to add a caption, because you are not there as a viewer, so you will not be able to understand what is going on. So the caption also plays a very, very important role when I'm showing these pictures. So this is an evening walk, mother and son going for an evening walk, and the light was great that time, so I was able to get this shot. So probably I'll end the session with here. So maybe I'll just show you. Yeah, so this is how it is to be in a village house in Nagaland. So it's in a village, and they were preparing. वहाँ पे और कुछ था नहीं खाने के लिए, so this is what they are preparing for us. So it's quite dark inside those houses, but thankfully our cameras are a lot better in terms of low light compared to how it was before. Okay, so you see, if you see the settings, I'm at 1/25 of a second and f4, and I got this picture. Okay, so the two sisters were preparing the food for us. So I will probably stop here. So if you have any questions, you can ask me. I hope you enjoyed the presentation.
Yes, indeed.
So if you have any questions or anything that you want to ask, I'll be happy to answer.
Yes, Saurabh, wonderful presentation, and I'm very happy to notice that the way you have used the culture of the local areas and documented so well, and with the touch of art photography. It is fantastic, like playing with light and shadow and everything. Wonderful presentation.
Thank
Sir,
you, sir.
पहले आप कुछ बोलिए सर, अनिल सर.
Yes, it was indeed a wonderful presentation. Everything about the travel photography was taken care of, what to do and what not to do. Sometimes we feel these are the very small things. This we should take with us. This should be taken care of. But these small things are very, very important. And India is such a diversified country. Everywhere we go, we used to get the different culture, the different landscape, the different traditions, the different people. So Saurabh has rightly said that the diversified beauty of our country is something very, very special. And if we are able to see this diversified beauty of our country, then it will be wonderful. And maybe one life is not enough to see our country
Absolutely,
in,
sir.
in
Absolutely.
totality. So I sometimes feel, anyway, Saurabh, that you have traveled so far of places, and this documentation is a very, very important thing. And this is the strength of photography, that you took us to the places where we can't go or not visited as yet. So this is the strength of photography only. That's why I always say the photography is a very, very powerful medium, and documentation is very important part of it. Thank you so very much, Saurabh, for taking this initiative, coming to this webinar of Dhanbad Camera Club. And thank you so very much, Dhanbad Camera Club, for taking us to the work of Mr. Saurabh Chatterjee. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
हमको ऐसा लगा आज कि ये तो टेलर है इनका, अभी इनका पूरा पिक्चर आना बाकी है।
जी बिल्कुल
यस
बिल्कुल।
यस यस, अभी तो लद्दाख का इनका हम लोग पिक्चर देखेंगे।
जी बिल्कुल, लद्दाख का तो
है ना,
कुछ
वो
दिखाया
तो
ही नहीं।
बहुत
हाँ,
energy
वो
था।
लद्दाख का तो मेरा एकदम बहुत मैं घुमा हूँ, पर ये थोड़ा मैं रिस्क लेके आपको थोड़ा ऐसा दिखाया जो शायद आपने उतना नहीं देखा होगा नॉर्थ ईस्ट का, इसके लिए मैं सोचा वो
नहीं,
दिखाता हूँ।
तो सौरभ
बिल्कुल,
ये क्या है कि इसको हम लोग एज ए टेलर मान रहे हैं, और अगेन विल हैव यू ऑन लद्दाख
श्योर सर।
आफ्टरवर्ड्स। सतीश जी आप हैं क्या? सतीश जी आर यू हियर?
बिल्कुल यहाँ हूँ सर।
प्लीज प्लीज
कैसे
प्लीज
छोड़ सकता है ऐसा प्रोग्राम को?
प्लीज प्लीज।
Yeah, actually, this is my fourth or fifth presentation I'm seeing of Saurabh. So
ओके
I don't generally miss his program because what we see travel images in salons, we are fed up of seeing the same mediocre images there with the totally according to the rules of PSA and FIA. But here entirely there is no rules. It is only pure photography and a pure travel oriented travel and tradition. That's what we love to see and photograph ourselves. So his presentation on various travelogues is fantastic, and I loved every images that he shared, and he shared his other knowledges of how to get prepared and other things. It was fantastic. We look forward to one more session on Ladakh, Saurabh.
श्योर
Thank you
श्योर
so
श्योर
much,
श्योर।
Mukesh
Thank
ji,
you.
for the
Yes, yes, Satish ji,
opportunity.
already done, and very shortly, in the month of October, he is presenting his webinar on Adobe Lightroom, and after that, we will plan in future for the Ladakh trip, because Ladakh images I have seen, amazing images, amazing images. तो ये तो सही में ये तो टेलर है, अभी तो पूरी पिक्चर आना बाकी है। Friends,
Thank you, sir.
anybody else wants to say something?
सौरभ जी, आई एम संजय जैन दिस साइड।
हाँ,
Yes.
बोलिए सर।
मेरा एक क्वेश्चन था, ये मैं आपकी पिक्चर्स देख रहा था, उसमें सारे आपने नीचे नाम लिख रखे थे उस जगह के, और
हाँ जी, हाँ
जो वहाँ के ट्राइब्स थे।
हाँ जी।
तो ये जिस समय आप शूट कर रहे थे उस समय लिखा है या
हाँ, उस
पोस्ट
समय
प्रोसेसिंग में
हमारे
लिखा है?
या तो मैं खुद करता हूँ, या तो जनरली माय वाइफ और समबडी एल्स इज काइंड एनफ टू नोट डाउन कि यहाँ पे इस टाइम पे गए, और इस टाइम पे हमने ये ट्राइब, ये विलेज में गए और ये ट्राइब का को देखा। और स्पेशली अगर हम नॉर्थ ईस्ट में जाते हैं तो इतने सारे ट्राइब्स हैं, तो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर मी टू राइट डाउन। तो मैं या तो नाम में लिखता हूँ, या तो कैप्शन में जो मेटा डेटा होता है उसमें मैं लिख के रखता हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे पक्का पता है कि एक वीक बाद भी मुझे याद नहीं रहेगा। तो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। और मैं एक पिक्चर मैंने दिखाया, वो जो हैट पहना हुआ था आदमी और अच्छा लाइट गिर रहा था, जो मैंने बताया कि एलईडी से निकाला था, वो मैंने इंस्टाग्राम में कुछ दिन पहले डाला, और वो हैशटैग डाला वो गाँव का। और उसका जो जिसका फोटो था, उसका जो ग्रैंड चिल्ड्रन था, वो फोटो देख के फिर मुझे मैसेज किया उसके। तो नेम इज समथिंग वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, क्योंकि ऐसे रैंडम अच्छा पिक्चर बोल के मैं डालूंगा तो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू रिकॉर्ड दैट इंफॉर्मेशन फॉर मी।
Yes, yes, very good.
तो ये पिक्चर में आप पोस्ट प्रोसेसिंग में लिखते हैं, पहले
बिल्कुल
पेपर पे लिख
बिल्कुल
लिया?
बिल्कुल।
अच्छा।
बिल्कुल।
दूसरा
तो मैं जब
आपकी
हाँ
जी आप
बोलिए
बोलिए
continue
बोलिए
करिए।
बोलिए बोलिए
बोलिए
जी,
सर।
बोलिए।
नहीं, मैं देख रहा था कि आपकी मैक्सिमम पिक्चर्स जो थी वो
हाँ
बहुत ही लो शटर स्पीड पे थी।
हाँ
तो
हाँ।
वो क्या ट्राइपॉड पे खींच रहे थे आप या
नहीं
ऐसे
नहीं,
ही?
मैं ये सब जगह पे मैं एक्सेप्ट फॉर एस्ट्रोफोटोग्राफी में जनरली ट्राइपॉड में नहीं लेता हूँ। और बहुत सारे घर के अंदर जाता हूँ तो लाइट बहुत ही कम रहता है, तो आई हैव टू रियली, ये मैं एक स्किल लर्न किया हूँ ओवर द इयर्स, कि मैं मेरे जितने सारे लेंसेज है ना, तो आई ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ स्लो आई कैन गो। तो जनरली हम थियोरेटिकली हम जानते हैं कि यू शुड नॉट शूट लेस देन 1/60th of a second। बट नाउ वी हैव टेक्नोलॉजीज लाइक VR IS। अभी बॉडी में स्टेबलाइजेशन है, नए नए मिररलेस कैमराज में बॉडी में स्टेबलाइजेशन है, और लेंसेज में स्टेबलाइजेशन है। सो कुल मिला के अगर ये मैं देखा हूँ कि विथ माई द लेंसेज और द बॉडी दैट आई हैव, आई एम वेरी कंफर्टेबल एट 1/5 of a second। मैं आराम से फोटो निकाल सकता हूँ इफ माई सब्जेक्ट्स आर नॉट रियली मूविंग। तो मतलब 1/5 पे तो मैं काफी कॉन्फिडेंटली निकाल सकता हूँ। मेरा अभी एक नया कैमरा मैं यूज कर रहा हूँ, कैनन R5 विथ उसका जो किट लेंस है, उसमें मैं हाफ अ सेकेंड तक भी जाता हूँ तो पिक्चर्स ब्लर नहीं होते हैं। तो इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू नो, और ये हर लोगों का अलग अलग होगा। तो मेरा अभी इतना है, तो हो सकता है किसी का और स्लो कोई जा सकता है। तो मुझे मेरे जितने सारे कोई नया लेंस मैं लेता हूँ या कोई नया बॉडी होता है, तो आई यू शुड नो हाउ स्लो यू कैन गो, एंड दिस इंफॉर्मेशन रियली हेल्प्स। अगर मैं मोनेस्ट्री के अंदर जा रहा हूँ या किसी के घर में जा रहा हूँ विच इज वेरी डिमली लिट, और मैं फ्लैश नहीं यूज कर सकता हूँ, तो दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इज वेरी वेरी हेल्पफुल फॉर मी। तो आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट एट 1/5 ऑफ अ सेकेंड, तो वहां तक तो मैं बिल्कुल जा सकता हूँ। और उसके बाद जितना आईएसओ बढ़ाना है उतना तो आईएसओ अपना बढ़ेगा। तो दैट इज वन थिंग आई डू।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू सर।
सरोज जी, दिस इज आशीष गुप्ता दिस साइड।
हाँ बोलिए सर।
चलिए, इसमें आप पोस्ट प्रोसेसिंग कर रहे हैं, जैसे
हाँ हाँ
जनरली हम रूल्स में देखते हैं कि फोटो ट्रैवल में अगर किसी सलून
हाँ
में आप पार्टिसिपेट करें तो ज्यादा पोस्ट प्रोसेसिंग अलाउड नहीं हो।
हाँ हाँ।
वही जानना चाह रहा था कितना लेवल तक पोस्ट प्रोसेसिंग अलाउड है।
मेरा वो फोटो ट्रैवल सैलून का तो सर लोग आइडिया देंगे, पर मैं मेरे पिक्चर्स में मिनिमल पोस्ट प्रोसेसिंग करता हूँ, और मेरा लाइट रूम में ही काम हो जाता है। आई डोंट यूज फोटोशॉप, आई डोंट वर्क ऑन लेयर्स। तो जो बेसिक एडजस्टमेंट पैनल होता है, जो ब्राइटनेस, कॉन्ट्रास्ट, सैचुरेशन, थोड़ा लेवल्स और थोड़ा कर्व्स, मैं इतना ही यूज करता हूँ। अभी थोड़े फीचर्स हैं, जैसे अगर लाइट रूम में जैसे फीचर है वो यू हैव द फिल्टर्स वेयर यू कैन सेलेक्ट द फेस, थोड़ा फेस का एक्सपोजर बढ़ाया, तो वो सब अभी थोड़ा सा मैं करता हूँ टू मेक द पिक्चर बेटर। बट बहुत ज्यादा, उससे ज्यादा मैं कुछ नहीं करता।
Thank you, thank you. Anybody else, friends? So we'll close now. Already we are getting late. Now I request our very senior member Sanjay Bose ji to give vote of praise. Sanjay ji, please.
Pranam and namaskar to everybody. It was a thoroughly enjoyable webinar. We saw the beautiful works of the winners of the monthly contest. The DCC monthly bulletin was presented to us by respected Anil Risal Singh sir. The bonus we got was the distinction portfolio from him. Thank you very much, Anil sir, for such an inspiring portfolio. Today's topic was Essence of Travel Photography. Sri Saurabh Chatterjee did absolute justice to the title. Not only his session made us aware of the necessary aspects of travel photography, he also showed his excellent pictures and inspired us fully. Thank you, Saurabh ji, for the enlightening session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mukesh Srivastav sir, for keeping on organizing such sessions regularly and inspiring us, all the photography enthusiasts. Thank you, all of you who joined us for this session. Thank you very much.
Nirmal Jain sahab, welcome. Nirmal Jain sahab, welcome. Nirmal Jain sahab, are you listening me? Nirmal Jain sahab, I think anyway. Saurabh, thanks again from the core of my heart, and really we enjoyed a lot, and I think the decision of our chief advisor Anil sir is very rightly proved tonight, and it's not proved. ये तो क्या है कि अभी तो शुरुआत है, आगे आगे देखिए होता है क्या। वो ऐसी बात हो गई आज, और हम लोग आगे भी और मिलते रहेंगे आपसे। एक तो अक्टूबर में मिल ही रहे हैं, और देन अगेन विल मीट यू फॉर लद्दाख। लद्दाख तो छोड़ेंगे नहीं, लद्दाख को देखना है आपके कैमरे से। Okay, good night everyone.
Okay, sir. Good night everyone.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good
Thank you.
night.
Thank you,
Good
sir.
night.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night.